For a while now, the feature in browsers to increase or decrease the text size, which also carries along the image, is a standard feature, whether you use Internet Explorer, Opera, Firefox, or any number of other browsers. You can adjust the text size by Control plus or minus, so if I do Control plus twice, and then Control minus twice, or if I don't remember where I am, I can do Control 0, which resets to the default size. Or you can use Control up and down mouse wheel. So if I hit Control and hold it, and then scroll up, same deal, and I scroll down, same deal. But wouldn't it be great if the browser could remember font sizes on a per site basis? Maybe you want some sites to be at 150%, maybe you want some to be 110%, and you want the browser to remember it. In Firefox you can do this with a utility, an add-on rather, called No Squint. If I go to google.com and search for No Squint, which is all one word by the way, with no spaces, NOSQUINT, and hits Google search, the first result will be No Squint add-on for Firefox. And there it is. Now once you install it, way at the bottom right you'll see a little magnifying glass with something that says either 100 or 120%. What you have to do first is click that, and it brings up this window, and then click Global Settings, and then go to the Zooming tab. Now by default, the default full page zoom level is 120%. Probably want to change this to 100%, so all websites by default are at 100 rather than 120. Just makes it easier to deal with. After that, you just start adjusting sizes. So for example, if I go to PCMech.com, alright, and I want to increase this so I don't see any blank space on either side, I hit Control and plus and raise this size until I get right to the edge. Okay, right there. And bottom right, you probably can't see this, but it says that's at 160%. And I just leave it. Now if I go to another site, yahoo.com, okay, there's the default right there. And but let me open a new tab and go to apple.com, and I will raise the size of this too. So increase, increase, increase. See how far this one goes. Actually 170 is too big. So this one also 160%. And then I will go to Microsoft.com and we'll see how far we can get this one. Okay, this one I can punch up to 170%. And I'll close this tab, and finally Google. I will punch up the size of this one 200%. Okay. Now if I go back to PCMech.com, bottom right, 160%. If I go to Yahoo.com, standard, didn't change because I didn't change anything. Go to Apple.com, changed it to 160%. Microsoft.com, changed it to 170%. Google.com, automatically changed it to 200%. And by the way, if I go through Google, it does it for the whole domain. So I go to a search result here, and it keeps that 200%. Now the wonderful thing about this is when you go to the global settings here, again, you can have it forget the settings when it closes the browser. By default, it will remember the sizes that you use for 6 months. You can change this to a whole year, 3 months, or just a month. And you can also check off the box by default that says Erase No Squint Site History when Firefox clears private data. So the nice part about No Squint is that it is privacy aware. Now in addition to zooming, you can also change excuse me, how it handles colors. You can have links always as underlined. So if you run across a website that has non-underlined links, which some people find very annoying, you can actually change this so it always underlines links. You can disable background images. You can have it default to a specific text color. You can also put in exceptions here too. So it says right here, exceptions are an advanced feature that controls how no-squint distinguishes separate sites. So if you want to have one domain have a specific font size, but a subdomain have a different one, you can totally do that. This is a fantastic add-on for Firefox, and I do highly recommend using it because, sometimes you just, whether your eyesight is good or not. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, this also works in reverse. So if you want something to have a smaller font, you can do that if you want. So if I go to yahoo.com, for example, which is in default, and I want that really tiny, so I'll make this one, that's a little too tiny, 80%. It will remember that too. So this is especially good if you're on a netbook and you use Firefox and you need to downsize that font a bit and have the browser remember it. Yes, it will work bigger or smaller and always remember it. And again, if I perform a search, it will carry the font size throughout. Fantastic stuff. So go ahead and get, if you use the Firefox browser, no squint is a very good solution. Just remember all the way down here that you can adjust your sizes that way. Oh, by the way, also, if you're a person that would rather use the mouse instead of the keyboard to adjust sizes, you can, aside from the scroll wheel, you can right-click the percentage down here, and you have menus and resets and things of that sort. So it works for keyboard people and for mouse people as well. That's it. Take it easy.